August 8th, we had a chance to be used as an example on class 3, okay? And I worked my ass off to be able to have my homework, for lack of a better way, to the point where I could be utilized as an example, all right? And I wanted it for selfish reasons, just because this technology stuff, like my learning curves were off the charts. So I really thought that by getting picked, it would help accelerate me getting closer to having my product done. I really wanted to get picked. Come to find out, eight of us submitted our names for that session. So he starts in the introduction of the class, and then he picks the first name, and guess who it is? Yours truly. For the next, I don't know, I haven't watched it since it went on, 60 to 90 minutes. I was sharing my computer screen, my work. He was using me as an example. And I gotta tell you, it was not easy, and it was not particularly comfortable. The way, like how he directed, and I definitely had more red flags picked up in terms of, it was not easy to keep up and to go at his pace. And I definitely wasn't learning. Like I definitely had to go back to watch it to actually know what the hell I was doing. It was not easy. And come to find out that as the classmates were watching it, tons of them withdrew their name. They're like, we don't want any part of this, because it was not easy. And I guess my classmates were saying they couldn't believe how well I was doing. I held my own with him, like all of this. I wasn't thinking of that. I really wasn't. I was just trying to get through, because it was not easy navigating and doing it as quickly as he was guiding it. And it was just, and it didn't feel particularly comfortable. I didn't really like the exchange and how I was feeling in it. Again, it was clearly not as any sort of equal. And I don't do well, man, especially as a grown ass adult. I just don't do well when I'm continuing to be shown to what degree I'm a second class citizen to this guy. Okay. So I could feel that as I was going through on this module. But let me point out, anybody that has paid for the course since, or gotten it for free since, I'm on there. I'm in class 3. I am part of that class, a big part of that session, of that class. And, you know, again, I mentioned this in the earlier thing. I'm not compensated in any way for that. You know, like I'm not getting a shared piece, even if it was just 10 cents. I'm not getting anything. We were creating that course with him. He did not come with a course already established. We created it with him. Is he sharing the profits of that with any of us in any way? Not me. And I was one of the ones in one of the stars of one of the classes. So I don't know, yet again, another okay. So now I was picked for class 3. Apparently I did really well. Apparently I held my own with him. Okay, so that was on August 8th. This next one is it's embarrassing now. August 12th. By some miracle, I had a dentist appointment. So I wasn't yet at the farm, which I normally would have been by the time that he gave us on Telegram, like 20 minutes notice. He goes, I'm going on my show. And mind you, he's got 20-something thousand followers. I'm going on my show to talk about the course. Who wants to go on? Now, Alyson was still, she had some red flags, she had some concerns, but she is still, if I'm going to say it selfishly, I'm selfishly still wanting to get a chance to introduce my big idea, that for which it's like I've set the foundation. Can I get somebody to take a look at, you know, and all the things that I've got to support it and how ready I am? And I'm not looking for money from you. I'm not looking for hardly anything from you. I've got a number of different things depending on how, you know, from this much to like that much to like that much. Those were my asks. Okay. So now I think, okay, if I go on the show, again, just, is that going to be what finally lets him see me, you know, and actually think I'm here to do more than just kiss his ass and, you know, pay him money and idolize him now as the teacher? You know, am I going to get a chance here? Maybe if I go on the show. And let me make this comment. We didn't have any business going on this show, selling a course, which at this time was less than 2 weeks old? How the hell can you give feedback on a course when you haven't even, we weren't even through the damn thing yet? You know, looking back, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I had no business. And I dare say he consciously knew this, that take advantage of people before they have an idea that it doesn't work. I say to you out there, ask him to have his people, instead of coming up there and blah, blah, blah about how great it is, have them show you. Where were they before the class and where are they now? I shared you that. I told you where I was before the class and I was stopped dead in my tracks. So where's the feedback? Like, where's the real feedback? Because my guess is there are very few that are actually achieving success using what he teaches. Now, if you want to count success getting on his show and stuff, hey, fine, but be transparent with it. Are you having success because you're on his show and you're reaping the benefits of being exposed to all these people? Or are you actually utilizing what he's teaching? I'm sorry, but I think that's relevant if you're selling a course for now, I think $900 or $1,000. All right. So I foolishly go on the show, and another synchronicity was revealed in my interview on this show. I was the first one that he brought on, and I had a lot of airtime, and almost 11,000 people saw this. The Celestine Prophecy, the book, The Celestine Prophecy, came up in conversation. The Celestine Prophecy is all about synchronicities. He was given the Celestine Prophecy when he was in Sarasota. Again, coming up, synchronicity. So again, I'm like, I don't understand. I don't understand. How is this guy, is he that wrapped up that he's not, like, I'm like yet another thing that's like, you think maybe you're crossing paths with this chick for a reason? Maybe. So I go on a show and I sing his praises and I sing the course's praises. I used to have that on that show on my ripple2020.world website under the Witness the Ripple Effect tab. And I had my webmaster take it off, I think 2 months ago. I was like, I want nothing more to do with it. Like, get it off. I don't care that 11,000 people, like, get it off. Okay, because I have no business going on giving the report that I did, because what I just didn't, I didn't have time to see what it really was and who he really was. Okay, on the 18th of August, so the following week, now he starts going on the circuits, trying to sell this show. And the same people, right, are going on. So again, I go on. This time it was on a show called Spiritually Raw. And I knew of the people. I didn't resonate with them. I didn't resonate with them. I didn't watch them because I didn't resonate with them. So I go on the show, and after that one, I'm like, I can't do this. Like, now I'm like, again, I am just compromising myself time and time again, you know, rather than seeing the writing on the wall. This guy is never going to help you. He's never going to even give you a chance to ask, because you're not on his radar screen at all, despite how much you've already given him and helped him. Okay, so now I've already started in one of his classes, been on his show to promote his show, gone on another show to promote his class, and still nothing. Okay, but I don't give up yet. This is a big one. The next thing he announced to our whole class was that he was going to do a new course, and he was considering co-teaching it with us, with some of us. So he set out and shared on Google Drive a document with a bunch of questions. I'm going to come back. Oh, man. This one was so the course name was How to Stand in Your Power. And he wanted us, for those that were interested in potentially co-teaching with it. So he dangles that carrot. And these are the questions he wanted us to answer or comment upon. These topics: how to choose yourself first, how to stick to your own truth, how to set boundaries, letting go of the past, avoiding negativity, being conscious. And then we could add some others. This I took, here are my answers. So I took all of this time, and I wasn't the only one. All of this time, all that blue, all of that. I took more time and submitted. This is like my core. This is like my essence. And I could teach a course on how to stand in your power, blindfolded, standing on my head. And I thought to myself, oh my God, I'm going to get a chance to finally, after 9 years, have my first real opportunity to do something in this realm that I'm qualified for, that I will do a stellar job at, that is needed. And Mark's got the name, so like I can, oh my God. And I foolishly thought, I thought for like 2 days, I was on cloud 9. I texted my mom. I was like, Mom, I think I finally am going to get a shot. Finally. He never responded. Never responded in any way. But I bet he read them. I bet he read them, because that is a window to my soul. And he got me to open up all the best of me to him. And still, no decency, no realization of what he's dangling, no idea of the human beings that are in his class and what they've been through, no care in the world except for himself and the select few that he knows he can control and use. That hit hard after about 48 hours when I realized this isn't going to happen. But it didn't quite derail yet. The next day, on August 19th, I was watching an interview with him and another woman that was in the class, but she wasn't active in the class, the Dragon Lady. Okay, I'd supported her, the Dragon Lady. I really like her. She's in Scotland. I really like her. They were talking, and it really triggered an emotional, they got emotional at once, and it really triggered something in me, and something that happened on one of my recordings with this other lady from our course. And so I sent him a private message in Telegram. That is right here at the top. That message. I sent him a private message in Telegram. Telegram is the program that we use. Yes, he was on vacation with his kids, but you can tell in Telegram when somebody reads your message that you send. And he was active on the course. He was responding. He was doing things for the course while he was on vacation. And he never even read the damn message. There was no double check mark, which is how you know it's been read. He never even read the message, and he would have seen it. Didn't even read the message. So it was then that I knew all of this was for nothing, in the regard of all I did was give everything to this guy for this time, in terms of like chance after chance, all this energy and communication, all of this positivity to his class, all of this, and nothing. So I pulled way back. But then one more thing happened. Well, two more things. I pulled way back, and I was really low. This would be the beginning of a really low period. But I was still tapped into the Telegram group and trying to stay up on messages. I hadn't stopped doing coursework. I stopped doing anything in my world of work. And then the young woman that I referenced yesterday, who was kicked out of his class, she had been trying to get a question answered, a pretty important question, because she was already an established business. She had a shopping cart, which is what Sam Cart is. She had a program. She was trying to get a question answered, and she could not get a response. And so she made a comment in the group Telegram group. Now, she's a fiery young woman. And I knew instantly when I read her message, I knew exactly what she was angry. And she was maybe on the side of inappropriate, maybe, but I knew exactly. I knew exactly I was like, I know this feeling. I'm so fucking tired of this being the woman that gets screwed over. Well, I don't want to say but it's the masculine energy where you just are not heard. You're not heard. You're not answered. You're trying to get a question. And she just went off. He responded immediately and with worse emotion than her, and kicked her out of the class about an hour later. Now, listen, he's probably twice her age. To me, that was like a parent reacting worse than a kid. If you're the teacher and the leader of a class, that's even if she was in the wrong in her approach, my thought is it's because she was on to something. But instead, he reacts even worse than her on the group Telegram message, and then kicks her out. And then continues to bash her a bit because she was one that received it for free, which is a whole nother aspect I'm not getting into today. At that point, I was done completely. When I saw how he handled that, in addition to all this, I'm like, this guy is not, I pulled back completely at that point and stopped really reading the Telegram. I pulled back completely. So then fast forward about a good 6 weeks, and I'm struggling. I'm really, really struggling with processing all of this and trying to understand what the hell just happened. And now I am depleted. I am empty. I am feeling like I'm going to throw in the towel after 9 years. I am so crushed on so many levels and so exhausted and so depleted. I am just trying to understand and face what it showed me about me, and, just face it all in dark night of the soul. And then on October 13th, I get a direct email from him that says, a direct, first time, unsolicited, direct email, not in Telegram, that says, are you okay? I hope it's okay. I reached out directly. You haven't been around. Are you okay? And I thought, oh my God, maybe there's still hope. Oh my God, like maybe he, because I had given him the benefit, the doubt. I had, I don't like to believe the worst. Maybe I'm okay. Okay, this is it. I tried not to get my hopes up because I knew the statistical likelihood of him responding when I responded to that was pretty low. So, and I did a recording on my YouTube channel, and I talk about this. And I talk about how after that recording, I was going to respond back. So I did a message like this to him privately, about 9.5 minutes, sent it back as a response to his question, are you okay? And he never responded. It was at that point that I knew I was going to have to go public with this, because this guy's too influential and he's too powerful and he's too good and too charismatic with the words. And listen, hey, if you want to take his class and be part of his great, that's fantastic. Have at it. It's all about frequencies and vibrations. And I'm just, I was almost destroyed. by interacting with this guy and his energy and what he was doing in that class. After he did that for 2 months, I knew I was going to have to do what I'm doing now. And I tried to fight it for 2 months and put myself through 2 months more of hell, because this is not comfortable for me. This is not particularly enjoyable for me. I don't like doing this. But I was one of 150 people. And I'm telling you, the experience with him was very different than being one of 25,000 watching. And I'm not every single thing I've said is true. And I've got all the factual documentation to prove it. Yes, I'm just one person. And I totally understand that some people can have completely different experiences, and many people are, and that's great. I'm not trying to dissuade. This is free will, and anybody watching this is a grown-ass adult. So you get to make your own choice. It would have been criminal for me. It's probably not the right word. I had an obligation to share this experience, because as one of 150 people, I got to see who he was in action of living. And I'm sorry, yeah, it's my opinion. He is not of the fifth dimension and where we're going. He is not. Not at the frequency that I'm at. Okay. So maybe there's lots of frequencies in there, but no, he's nowhere near that. And I just think that's important to know, because had somebody told me that, if I had had an inside piece of information that he would not, no way. There's no way I would have joined and given all of this energy and ideas and allowed him to feed off of me and to hijack me. Now, I did it. I agreed to it. I kept sending them all my energy. And I didn't realize, like I said, it was a very powerful lesson. I'm very grateful for it, because it has reawoken me to me, but I was down for the count. And in the boxing metaphor, I barely climbed back up the ropes before 10 was counted. I was ready to really throw in the towel on everything I've been doing for 9 years. And I do think there are many things I could go off, and I will, on some of these tangents of more general to the spiritual community and what are we trying to do out there for one another. And, more to come, because this is only episode 6 and probably episode 7 as well. And I know this wasn't likely particularly interesting, but it laid out all the factual interactions and the history. And I think it speaks for itself to the quality of character of this guy. Because there was no way, I'm not a kiss ass. I'm respectful. I am not a kiss ass. I did not join that class to have, and I'm not looking for anybody to give me nothing. I knew what kind of assistance I needed, and it was minimal. And in the 5D game, it's not about what's in it for me. Not the one I'm playing. What's in it for me? No, it's how can I help? How can I help you? How can I use my power and influence in this awakening community to help those of you who have your own projects going? That's what I'm doing. Now, I don't have 25,000 followers, so not a lot of people, but I actually did announce Ripple in the class. I wanted to include as many people as possible as beneficiaries. Check out the project. It's not about me. It's not a project of what's in it for me. And that's what I think spirituality and the fifth dimensional and beyond living is. It's truly cooperating. It's truly thriving with the group. It's treating one another as equal but different, giving people a chance to see, find out where our strengths are and how we can find projects where there's where we can agree to play different roles. There's not this power and this hierarchy, and I'm the teacher and it's my way. There's no room for that where we're going. That's more the same. All right, so there might be a little bit more specific to the class that I share, but more or less, we are going to begin to move on to other things and extrapolate this experience out, because that's really what's important. I'm not really super concerned with trying to keep people from taking Mark's class. If you want to take it, take it. I just think it's important to have an opportunity to share a real experience. And even if it isn't what 90% of the people or 99% of the people that you're seeing, maybe there's a reason for that. Maybe. But this was my experience. Not one bit of it was exaggerated or was made up. 100% factual. And yes, there were some personal opinions and interpretations, but a lot of this speaks for itself. So make the decision on your own. I don't really care about Mark and his class. I really don't. I don't give a shit. I'm super grateful because, like I said, it has ignited a fire again. And where I'm going from here, I don't know exactly, but we'll see. Likely this will be split up into 2 videos, but then we'll proceed. So, okay. I hope everybody has a great night. Sorry this wasn't as exciting or entertaining, but this one was a necessary one for anyone. I would say specific to anybody who really cares about this little this part of it. If you're evaluating whether or not to take this course, if you're experiencing things in this course and you want some validation for what you're experiencing, use it for what you may. But I'm going to take a lot of this stuff and extrapolate it out and then connect it to some of the things I have going forward. So thank you for your attention. It means a great deal. And have a great night, day, wherever you're at, and we'll talk again tomorrow. See you later.